measuring long distances can be complicated if you only use one type of measurement. The distance, like if I were to say what's the difference between us, you would say probably a foot. But if I were to say what's the difference between something far away, you would probably say it's in miles and not feet. Why? Because it's easier to say something is 1 mile away than 5,280 feet away. But what if I were to ask you, how far is it from here to, like, the constellation of Orion's belt? You know, you're not going to say millions upon millions of miles. You would use a measurement called light years, which, in case, it's actually 817 light years away. Now, I'm going to explain to you what a light year is, how it's used, and how it's measured by scientists. Now, the definition of a light year is using light to measure distance, which basically means the length it takes for light to reach us. So if I were to say something is a light year away, that means that it would take one whole year for that image to reach us. So it's basically like when you turn on a light switch, it turns on immediately, like in a second. But just imagine turning on the light switch and it's going super slow-mo, and the light is slowly getting brighter and brighter and brighter until it reaches you. That would be essentially what a light year is. And a light year, and there's even something called light minutes and light seconds. Like the sun is 8.3 light minutes away, meaning it takes 8.3 minutes for us to see what the sun looked like. And the moon is 1 light second away. And the Milky Way galaxy is 100,000 light years away, which means the image that we see of the Milky Way galaxy is the image that it was 100,000 years ago. And how light is measured is through something called a standard candle. A standard candle measures luminosity, which is basically brightness. And the way they kind of measure far away things is using stars called the C-field variable. They're like unstable stars that kind of fluctuate, and scientists have figured out a equation that measures distances that far away. And when the scientists go too far where they can't use an unstable star, they actually start using supernovas, which are stars that have exploded. So that's how they see, really far away with telescopes. And the way scientists use light years is it's basically a window to the past. Like the ultimate goal is for them to find out how the universe was created. If they can see further and further, millions into millions of light years, the theory is that maybe you can probably one day see the Big Bang and see how the universe was created. And in conclusion, I have defined what a light year is and how scientists measure the light years and what scientists do to apply it. And just a fun fact, if anyone watches Star Wars, if you probably heard of the word a parsec is actually 4.3 light years away.
Yay! I have a question.
Hold on.